Hello, everyone. Welcome to Liberal Tarot. I'm Sherry, a blue dot in a red state, utilizing tarot to offer insight into these very interesting times we have going on here in the United States. So I'm glad that you're here and welcome. The focus of today's reading is going to be, it's actually going to be an update to the reading that I did back in August. I think it posted August 18th, and it was the Usha Vance and JD divorce rumors. Like they were not getting along, and there was rumors about them kind of having public spats. And so it was just going to be kind of a fun hot goss kind of reading that I got a lot out of that. And I went back and looked at that, and I'm going to show you guys it's so clear now that we look back. And that's one reason why I really do like going back and looking at the readings to see, okay, where was I right? Where was I wrong? Where was it that like maybe I missed something, that kind of stuff, because that's how we all grow as readers. And I'm constantly, still reading and growing as a reader myself. So you guys, you're not gonna believe what came up. So after I go through this, what I want to know is kind of where's Usha. I think it's gonna be pretty obvious about how she feels now, but I'm just gonna look into like base reading of like where does this go from here. So as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. You guys are not gonna believe what in going back, backseat reading, the original reading that I did back in August. Okay, so what had originally came up was this fiery message of, so yeah, it's like fiery message. Yeah, she's not happy. Yes, they were absolutely arguing, and it was being overheard in public, and that she was not happy. Okay, the Hermit card. Remember this, I have been reading this as the dark night of the soul. Here is, we're finding our star of hope. We're finding that light that gets us through the darkness. The other thing that had stood out to me in this card was this barren ground that she's on. So she's not happy with where she's at all. And that where is it that I can be, that I can use my skills and talents and shine. She is a lawyer, and I guess had a successful practice. And now she's, she doesn't really, it's not that she doesn't want to be a politician's wife. She doesn't want to be JD Vance's wife. And I'm going to get into all the reasons as to why that is. And then the foundation. She feels like a fool. And it's because the man she married is not who she's like. This is not who she, when they got married, it was like a different situation than what it is now. Remember back, JD Vance used to think that, Trump was fucking Satan. And now he's like all pro-Trump. I mean, he's not pro-Trump. He's just pro, him becoming POTUS. And he sees the writing on the wall of, Trump's not in good health. But dude, you got to keep looking at that writing on the wall. You are never going to be POTUS. But that's not where he is. So back to this card. She married him. It was a different situation and a different set of conditions in which she married him. She now feels like the fool, and she's weighing her options. The other thing with this, and I pointed this out in that reading, the black and white, and if you look at where they're at right now, that, did you guys, I'm sure most of you saw that video where he was like, I'm just hoping that she comes around to be a Christian. And it's like, if that wasn't a slap in the face, and I have had this conversation with evangelicals, and I'm like, what gives you the right to try to destroy somebody's religion and culture? And it's all for the better, mansion in the sky. That is why they think that gives them the right to do that, because it is their responsibility, and God will judge them for not spreading the message. I kid you not. And I'm like, that is the most insane, fucked up thing I have ever heard. Yeah. So the other thing, and whenever I get in, actually, I'm going to go ahead and get into this. So I had asked about like this right here, like what is it that she's wanting to do? What is like she's looking at her choices, and I had got that she wasn't ready then. This is a card I always read as hesitation. Like we're talking about it, we're talking about the changes. It's a fiery message, but she wasn't quite ready to leave yet, looking at options. So when I asked about that, you guys, this is just going to blow you away. What I got was the Princess of Wands. Now in this deck, here, I want you guys to be able to see this. I'm gonna move this over. The pages are princesses, okay? So I got the Princess of Wands. I'm actually gonna turn this around because I really want you guys to see this. The next one is the King of Wands. Looking at the princess here. Blonde hair, blue eyes. And the brown-haired woman with the evidence behind. She knew. Oh, let me turn that back around. She knew back then he was having an affair. That's what this is. I don't know if she confronted him, but she knew about it. And look here. And the King of Wands is somebody, this is a fiery message, but the wands can also, and I'm sorry, and I'm just going to probably throw out, we're all going to collectively probably throw up in our mouths just a little bit, but like the wands and the sex. So this is absolutely the relationship between JD and Erica. And like, if you look at the way this came up, they're looking at each other, and here Usha is behind him, knowing what's going on with the evidence. And I'm looking at the way they're holding onto that wands, and it's like, ooh, I'm just gonna, ooh. So is that not just wild? And I mean, it's like, it was right there. And I think I took it as like the message, like they're talking about what she wants to do. But it was, she knew. She knew what was going on. And I did this reading back in August. So this has been going on for a while, and that she knew about it. And when you look at black and white, Usha's the brown person, and she does not, and she knows she does not fit the narrative of maggot evangelicals. And here she has her husband out there saying, oh, I'm hopeful that she'll come around and, become a Christian after she's been raised and still is a practicing Hindu. Really? That's your wish? So, I just am like, can you believe that those cards came up like that? And then here she is. Here's Usha looking at them, knowing she knew. So, with all that, I just thought that was kind of wild. I wanted to recap that. I want to know where we're going from here. And the deck I'm using, it's an out-of-print deck. It's the Spiral Tarot. Let me see here. Grab my box real quick. That's the box, the Spiral Tarot. And I did find a second deck. It was a used deck. It's still in excellent condition. And so I did buy that because it wasn't like, the Nigel Jackson, which is like super expensive to replace. This one, as I said, it didn't come with a box or anything, and that was fine. I didn't care. Rubber band works just fine with me. Okay, so back to this. I want to know about, because I think that previous reading showed that, oh yeah, there's something going on. Where does it go from here? And let's see, where does Usha, I think I want to stick with Usha's point of view. Where does she go from here? What does she do? What does she decide she does from here? Okay, and with Usha, from her point of view, patience, weighing her options. Yeah, let me keep going with that. Patience, weighing her option. And she knows. She's got the evidence. Yeah. That's the challenge of, she knows this, but also weighing her options. I'm wondering if they're telling her, like, you can't leave yet. Like, we have to plan. Like, I'm getting this feeling of they have to orchestrate it. Like, she can't just leave. It has to be orchestrated. Yeah, wheel of the wheel of fortune, and in this deck, these are the fates, and so this is going to be more like waiting for the right time, especially with that temperance card, biding her time. Uh, it's almost like this feeling of she sort of is playing along with the orchestration, but mainly just because it's her exit plan. And I guess if she does what they say, like I'm getting this feeling of with her, I'm really getting this feeling like this is the plan that's been laid out. And if you play your part, this is your exit, your exit ramp. Like this is how you get out of this. But you have to play along with this for now. And the feeling I'm getting from her is she feels humiliated. And it's because the man she married is not who she's like, she doesn't recognize JD now. And she doesn't even want to be there, is kind of what I'm feeling. And that she is agreeing to this. It's almost like because she doesn't know quite what else to do. So it's like, okay, I'll agree to this for now. But if she comes up with a better plan, she will absolutely be striking out on her own. But then again, if she knew about this, affair, she could be like seeing what happened to Charlie there. Ten of Cups. Her happiness is at the foundation of this, and also the 10, like the completion. She knows her marriage is over. Yeah. Her inaction, her, I don't want to say inaction, her hesitation. That's the right word. Her hesitation is now in the past. And Knight of Cups. I wonder if she's not, like, she's ready to have changes in her life. Knight in shining armor. Has she met somebody else? I'm kind of wondering. What's good for the goose is good for the gander? Is that kind of what I'm feeling here with this? What is this Knight of Cups? The Star card, hopes, wishes, and dreams. Like, who is it that she wants to be married? Who does she want to have a relationship with? Like, who does she see the rest of, a partner for her, and then rejoicing? And it's not going to be, is she going to work this out with JD? Oh no. When I asked if she's gonna work it out with JD and the devil card comes up, no, she's not. Nope. And she has no desire to anyway. It's like, nope, she has no desire to. The sun, she's ready to step out in the sun and out from, the devil, and to live her own life, to come from a place of strength, taking control of her life and not living this narrative that others have created for her. That's what I'm feeling with this. So, yeah, it's almost like she's playing along just because of, I don't know if she's going to get. She's agreeing to it for now because she hasn't formulated a better plan for her exit out of this relationship. And it wouldn't surprise if she's not already seeing somebody. That actually could be like she meets somebody and that's her motivation to create her own narrative, her own story, and to do this the way she wants. Okay. So let's look at, I really don't want to, but I'm going to for the hot goss part of this. You guys, we've had just so many, serious readings. I kind of wanted to find some lighter readings. I'm recording this one. I'm going to re-record the Imperial March because that one was just too fun to not, have out there. And I'm so sorry about the sound. So I am going to re-record that. I'm hoping that all of this kind of stuff gets to come out and we have, a couple lighter readings. But, with that energy reading, these may get pushed out a little bit. So anyway, what I want to know now, I'm going to do the reading of Erica and JD. I'm sorry. It's like, it's kind of like asking me to read into, what was that? Katie Miller and Stephen Miller. Oh, this is nasty. Okay, so. And that would explain why, Erica didn't look all too, heartbroken there at her husband's extravaganza. Hey, Schrodinger. Schrodinger just jumped up here next to me. Let's see if I can get that. There he is. He's usually sitting next to me whenever I do the readings. Okay, so what do we need to know about Erica and JD? I did say for entertainment purposes only, right? Okay, Erica and JD. Oh, the Ten of Swords. I don't think this is going to go well for them. I'll let you guys see that card up close. Yeah, but when I ask a base reading into them and that's the first card that comes up, I wonder if she, okay, the snarky interpretation was, did she have something to do with this? Did she know about, like making herself available so she could rejoice at a new relationship? That is what I'm going to say with that. Did she have anything to say about the ending of her marriage? That's coming up in the heart and center here. Would we be surprised? They're all just horrible people. So no, we would not be surprised at all. Entertainment purposes only. Make sure I'm trying to be entertaining. And the Emperor, the Knight of Cups, because this is like, oh yeah, they are absolutely delusional. She is actually thinking she is going to be married to the next president of the United States. Oh my God, she's a piece of work, isn't she? Like, that marriage is over. Her first marriage came to an end, and she, the challenge is they can't act too happy. They have to like put it on the, they have to hide it. So, okay. I am going to have the really snarky interpretation of these cards, so hang in there. Hold on. This is the ending of her marriage, and the challenge is she can't act too happy about it. She sees that she is going to be married to the next president of the United States of America, and, weighing their options. When can they go, come forward with this? She sees this knight, the Knight of Cups, and if I'm doing a reading for somebody and it's like, knight in shining armor, that, and they're asking about a relationship, that's what this is going to be. This is going to be a, as I said, knight in shining armor, a new relationship. And this is the foundation. And all of her hopes, wishes, and dreams. Like, this is what I think that there is something a bit more than meets the eye with that relationship. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I don't want to get too far into these conspiracy theories because, anyway, this is a MAGA thing. So, whatever they want to do, I don't care. But Candace Owens has been kind of hinting that things are not as they seem for Erica Kirk. Things are not as they seem with Charlie Kirk's, assassination. So I will leave it at that, but these cards are like, and Erica does not look, she's a pretty good actress. It does not seem as though she's really all that upset, and she seems pretty, she's putting on a show. That's like, every time I see her, it's like, oh my God, could you be any more fake? It's just, and so she sees an opportunity. She's an opportunistic person. And she sees this opportunity of being able to, and I really see like these illusions, like just this, like, oh, we're going to be, in the White House, and we're going to, like, all these just massive plans. And it's like, you people are delusional. And that's the feeling I'm getting from this. Yeah. Well, alrighty then. Is this going to be, let's see, when are they going to do the grand reveal? When are they going to come forward with this, Let me see if I can get some timing here. Okay, and when 7, trying to overcome, and I think that this, I'm almost seeing like that, whatever it was, and they were there on stage together, like a soft launch for their relationship, and how is the public going to take it? And this is like overcoming, like they're having to defend themselves and for their happiness. Ugh, like, oh God, that's just so nasty. It's just so gross. And Queen of Wands, yeah, that she is. There was an interview that I saw a clip of, and it was Charlie was asked who was more conservative, him or her, and he said her. I mean, just like absolutely her. And, you know, he was starting to waver on whether, according to Candace Owens, so, you know, whatever, he was starting to waver on that, you know, maybe genocide is wrong. Like, he was starting to waver on whether or not we should be funding a genocide in Gaza. And, you know, if she is as rabid as the Millers, oh my God, did you see Erica? Not Erica, what is her name? I don't know, Katie Miller. Did you see, I mean, that clip of that podcast where you can't, in her mind, if you say that genocide in Gaza is wrong, that makes you anti-Semitic. And I mean, she just went off, like Piers Morgan, let's take that for a minute, was like, you're fucking insane. I mean, okay, he didn't say it quite like that, but she was just rabid. And they were just like, what the hell are you talking about? And if Erica is like that rabid, I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want to go too much further into that at all, because I think there's some things that we just don't want to know or need to know. And so right now it's looking like, yeah, Usha knew, and that this affair has been going on, because I did that reading back in, I think it was like August 18th is when it posted. And that reading showed like she had the receipts. She knew. And that this is like, there's an exit plan, and she just has to, it's almost like she has to play a role and abide by, you know, the script that's out there for the exit plan. But if she meets somebody else, man, she's out of there. And that this Erica, what a piece of work she is. And she's got these ideas of that, yeah, she's going to be first lady. She is not going to be first lady. Good God. So yeah, that's what I'm getting today with that is, yeah, that's all. What you see is what you get with that. There's all right there for us to see. So anyway, I really appreciate you joining me, especially for a little bit more lighthearted reading here of, you know, looking into that. You know, whatever. Like, I wanted a lighthearted reading, but at the same time, do we feel sorry for any of them? No, we do not. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll put that other reading up there if you guys want to check that out, because that was pretty wild. It was like, it was just so plain right there. So I appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next reading. Have a great day.